as MIT's president, I'm delighted to welcome you all, parents and students of the class of 2027. So in a few moments, I'll introduce you to the people on stage with me, and then we'll hear from three fascinating faculty speakers who all happen to be MIT graduates. But first, I want to share a few thoughts with you about the community you're about to join and the kinds of opportunities you'll find while you're here. Now, as many of you probably know, I have not been here very long. And like you, I had to make a big decision to come to MIT. I had a job I loved at a university where I'd spent almost 30 great years. And people asked me, why give that all up? It's a good question, but the answer is that MIT was irresistible. The opportunities to make an impact, the amazing hands-on nature of an MIT education, the reverence for science, and just like you, I thought, I have to be here. MIT's learning by doing culture is one of the things that really appealed to me. In my own academic career, hands-on research has been one of my very favorite things. Initially, I wasn't even planning a major in science, but I took a class on human biology and became fascinated about how cells function. And when I stepped behind the microscope, I realized I loved doing fundamental research, designing experiments, and working with a dedicated team to solve interesting problems. Now, as an MIT student, you can do this kind of research through undergraduate research opportunities, or UROPs. These can range from working in a biology lab to anything that intrigues you: computer science, architecture, nuclear engineering, music. UROPs are an unmissable opportunity, and the numbers tell the story here. More than 90% of MIT undergrads do at least one UROP. Now, if real-world research with renowned MIT faculty sounds a bit intense, it is. And intense describes a lot of what you'll find at MIT. But every one of you is more than up to the challenge, and here's how I know. Our Dean of Admissions, Stu Schmill, himself class of 1986, has an incredible track record for selecting just the right combination of students for each incoming class. And he's done it again this year. So set your mind at ease. You belong here. And if you get frustrated or feel stuck, as we all do, please remember, you are not alone here. You're surrounded by a community of caring people. So if at any time you feel like you could use some support, academic, professional, personal, do not hesitate to ask. I know it is not always easy to ask for help, but as everyone up here today will tell you, sometimes the only way to succeed in facing a big challenge or solving a tough problem is to admit that there's no way that you can do it all by yourself. Another tip, sometimes you need to step away from work and have some fun. So MIT has about 450 official student organizations, so you're sure to find one or two groups doing the kinds of things you like to do or would like to try. So even if it feels a little bit risky, you can join a group that sounds interesting, practice a new skill, or volunteer to serve others in the communities beyond campus. So when you come back to the problem that's been vexing you, all these activities will allow you potentially to come to new ideas for solutions, and you'll probably have made some new friends along the way too. Now, I would like to introduce these very helpful, supportive people on stage with me. All four of them are eager to support your success at MIT. So first is our provost, Cynthia Barnhart, and Cindy, yay! Cindy runs the academic side of MIT, the schools, the department, the faculty, the degree programs, so an enormous job. Our provost has 2 MIT degrees, and her research interests include transportation, logistics, and airline operations. And with her extensive backgrounds in systems engineering, she's able to keep all of MIT's moving parts working together at maximum efficiency. She's also played a huge role in expanding MIT's idea of mind and hand to also include an emphasis on heart. Next is Chancellor Melissa Nobles. And her focus is student well-being and academic success. She's a political scientist with research interests that include civil rights and restorative justice. Chancellor Nobles has been a member of the MIT community for more than 25 years. For 6 of them, she served as dean of what we call MIT's secret weapon, the School of Humanities, Arts, and Social Sciences. This ensures that all MIT students graduate with backgrounds in the humanistic fields that are vital to being an effective leader in any field. Now, I'd also like to introduce Vice Chancellor Ian Waits. Ian is a professor of aeronautics and astronautics who spent 6 years as dean of MIT's School of Engineering. His research has led to advances in gas turbine engines, fluid mechanics, and combustion, but for now, he's focused on the inner workings of academic and student life at MIT. Vice Chancellor Waits is known for his collaborative style, and he works closely with students, faculty, and staff to understand all aspects of the student experience and to find innovative ways to make it better. And now, Vice Chancellor and Dean for Student Life, Susie Nelson. You will definitely get to know Susie. She oversees everything from housing and dining and support services to a wide range of programs that make MIT much more fun. Not surprisingly, Dean Nelson's favorite part of the job is working with students, and her team is dedicated to making sure all of you succeed and thrive in every possible way, intellectually, physically, spiritually, personally. Her office is on the first floor of Building 4, which you will eventually locate, and she wants you to know that the door is always open. Now, if you're feeling pretty lucky to be joining this incredible community, I want you to know that we feel even more lucky. We are so delightful and grateful that you chose to bring your talent, energy, curiosity, creativity, and drive here to MIT. And we're thrilled to be starting this new year with all of you. Now, in a moment, 3 MIT faculty will try at lightning speed to give you a sense of what it's like to live, study, and work here. And I have to say, as a new president traveling around and hearing all these wonderful faculty, it's amazing what you're going to find here. But for today, I will introduce all 3, and then each one of them will come to the podium in sequence. So first, we have Jinhua Zhao, who's a professor of city and transportation planning. He studies planes, trains, and automobiles, and bikes, and scooters, and buses. And he investigates not just how people move from place to place, but what motivates their behavior. Professor Zhao is dedicated to helping the world decarbonize transportation. He sees transportation as a language that can describe the character of individuals and cities and enable understanding across cultures. We then have Bonnie Berger, who is a professor of mathematics and leads the Computation and Biology group at MIT's Computer Science AI Lab, otherwise known as CSAIL. Her research spans 10 different fields, from comparative genomics and bioinformatics to cryptography, cancer research, and virology. She draws meaningful insights out of enormous amounts of data and describes her work as a mashup where everything informs everything else to make it better, which, when you think of it, is a really great description of MIT. And Amos Winter is an associate professor of mechanical engineering. He has led the creation of a desalination system to provide communities with affordable drinking water and a low-cost prosthetic foot that can be tailored to an individual's body weight and size. But he's probably best known as the co-instructor of the famous MIT course 2007. This culminates in a student robot competition. One good way to learn how to build something, well, is to build it and then send it into battle, apparently. I know you're going to enjoy hearing from all of these speakers, so let's start. Please join me in welcoming Professor Zhao.